my good friend Daryl Bank. He's a managing partner of the Dominion Investment Group. This is a very diversified investment financial company. He's a two-time best-selling author, a nationally syndicated radio talk show host of a talk show called Putting Your Financial House in Order. He's a financial educator. When I grew up, I want to be just like Daryl Bank. I got to tell you, that's my guy. And let me tell you something else. His show, Putting Your Financial House in Order, we carry it on our stations in Richmond and WHKT. Here in Hampton Roads, WHKT AM 1650, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Richmond, WNTW, News Talk 820, Saturday, 1 p.m. Tune him in. I never miss a week. It's really good stuff. He's very entertaining and very knowledgeable, and you learn a lot of stuff. 1 p.m. Saturday on HKT and WNTW 820 News Talk, 1 o'clock. Daryl, great to have you with us, man.
Glad to be here, John.
Hey, Daryl, I want to start, if I may, in this segment. You're a syndicated radio talk show host nationally now. You're an author.
Yeah.
You do a tremendous amount of financial counseling, and you've given people tremendous financial advice over the time you've been involved. How did you get started in all this?
Oh, wow, John, it's a great story. I know you and I have talked personally about this, but actually, as you know, I'm born and raised in Virginia, born and raised in the Hampton Roads area. And actually, John, I always fancied myself getting into politics, which is one of the great reasons I love listening to your show. And I was in graduate school, envisioned a life in politics, got engaged a year before graduate school ended, and suddenly I said, I don't know if I want to raise a family in D.C., John. A buddy of mine, who's now a judge, worked for a white shoe firm, investment firm. He said, hey, Daryl, come over here and look at what we're doing. So I actually fell into it, John. Never dreamed of being in the financial business, but have never looked back. Love the arena, love educating.
When you decided to get in it, you got your graduate degree, but you're a very talented guy, Daryl. You could have done a lot of stuff. Why financial?
John, I got to tell you again, it just fell into it. Now, personally, I'd always enjoyed finance, working with people. I worked my way through college and actually in the jewelry business, which I'll hit on in a minute. And, of course, I don't even know if you know, John, I was a longshoreman for years, worked on the docks to work my way through college. Still am a member of the longshoremen's group. And I enjoyed, in working with guys, educating them financially. And I think I've also shared with you, growing up, I always listened to talk radio and going way back, guys like Bob Brinker and Bruce Williams and others that we'd hear on these radio stations. And so I love the education part of it and the simple thought of, it's not about the rich having access to ideas. It's that working people that listen to our programs, John, strategies that they can employ and deploy in their daily life to save and make money. And so that's it's always been an excitement for me. So having fallen into business, that's what you see is that me exuding that excitement.
Well, I tell you what, I've always believed that to be successful at anything, you've really got to have the passion for what you do. You have to believe in it,
yeah.
And then everything is going to come with it. And you've certainly been able to do that. Again, before we get into some of the other areas I want to talk about today, your radio show, syndicated, carried right here on WHKT AM 1650 Saturday at 1 o'clock, and also on WNTW AM 820 News Talk Saturdays in Richmond and Central Virginia at 1 p.m. I want to talk a little bit about a financial investment opportunity that is emerging, Daryl, that is under everybody's radar screen, but I think has tremendous potential right now for the small investor. When people think about investing in things, they think, I need $50,000, $100,000. Right now, the opportunity to invest in diamonds is emerging. Not a lot of people are that familiar with it. It's got some great benefits, but the good thing with it is it's not like buying gold or something where the market's already topped out and now you're at the top of it and you got to lug gold bars into your home or put them in a safety deposit box. Tell me about investing in diamonds and how that works.
John, it's been right under our nose, just like you said, for years. So it's a great opportunity. In fact, let me take you back in time, John, if you don't mind. I mentioned to you I worked in the jewelry business, and so even in my personal life, I just never thought of it. I've always accumulated diamonds and gemstones as a part of my own investment portfolio as I was working my way through college, and I started out into the workforce. And I just never thought of it. I just looked at it as something I'd been exposed to, so I continued to add it to my portfolio. And in the financial business, John, we would perform transactions behind the scenes for individual clients that wanted to acquire diamonds. And it literally hit me one day. I was like, why aren't we talking to other clients about this? Because diamonds, just like you said, they're tangible, they're portable, they've had consistent returns over history. You don't have the volatility that you do in the stock market. Even with gold and silver, which I'm a fan of, you don't have the volatility in that marketplace. So, John, I actually picked up the phone and called my lawyer one day. I said, hey, look, what do you think about us getting into the diamond business? He said, who in the world would do that, Daryl? I said, well, I've been doing it for years. I just never thought to talk to clients about it. And John, it's the number one traded commodity in the world. So, whereas smart investors think about stocks and bonds, the really smart investors think about stocks, bonds, real estate, and other tangibles. And to me, a part of that tangibles are hard assets that you can put your hands around, like diamonds.
Now, when we get to diamonds, obviously we've all got some of them that we're buying for our wives or fiancés,
yes.
Right? We've all been involved in it at some time, or on the other side, you're getting it for your husband or your
right.
children and things like that. But why I became so interested when I saw your idea is I'm a student of history, as you know. I believe that history predicts the future. And if you look at the history of diamonds and where they are right now, when you look at the emerging economies, middle-class economies of India and China, you're looking at hundreds of millions of people going from what I would call the underbelly middle class to solid middle class. Hundreds of millions. And when that happens, one of the desires is to buy diamonds for their loved ones, themselves, etc. So you got this emerging demand in Asia. However, when you look at the supply of diamonds, diamond mines have not been investing in new mines for some time. So there's going to be this huge time of lag between increased diamond supply and the demand. Now, we all understand economics 101. Demand goes up, supply is stagnant. What happens? Drives up rates, right?
That's right. Prices go up.
Prices go up. So kind of share with our audience why you think the timing for getting involved in putting diamonds in your portfolio right now makes so much sense.
So, John, I want to talk about the big picture, which you just did, and then I want to bring it to some recent events that we've watched unfold in the economy. So you're exactly right. We're seeing production at a rate of 1 to 3% a year. So just like you said, supply of diamonds are not increasing. It's what I call like waterfront property. The good Lord's not making any more of it. But demand, you hit the nail on the head. You said hundreds of millions, John. Billions of people, and those two markets you didn't know are our hottest markets. In India and China are the two hottest markets of people wanting to be into that emerging middle class, grow their portfolio. And based on the numbers we're seeing, John, we see the demand for diamonds doubling between right now and the year 2020. So over the next 5 years, John, the demand doubling, but yet supply is increasing at a 1 to 2% ratio. And then not to mention, John, what we've seen unfold in the last week. This is why our conversation is so timely with what we effectively Greece is closed for business now. The Chinese stock market, which is cut almost by a third in less than in the last month. What is this going to hold for us down the road? I don't know, but I can tell you, I rest easy knowing that my financial life is not hinged to what's going to happen in the stock market and what's going to happen in the rest of the world. So with the demand potential we see over the next few years and the economic unrest, it's a perfect timing to start looking at diversifying your portfolio.
And especially with diamonds, because if you look at history, they've gone up in value except for 2 times. Can you share with our audience what those 2 times were?
It is, John. So over the last 50 years, and it actually goes back further than that, John, there's only been 2 slight down years in diamonds, and when I share them with you, you're not going to be surprised. Number one, the year 2000. John, that was when the tech bubble burst. Right. So I don't know where you could have your money and you didn't have a downside experience. The other, John, the obvious, 2008, when we went into the big meltdown. So 2 years that we had downturns, not very much in diamonds. However, those were the only 2 down years in the last 50 years. Another reason to look at it as stability for your portfolio.
I mean, it is something that it is a longer-term investment that you know is going to grow in value, grow in yield without a doubt, because you look at the history of it. It's always been there, except, as you say, for those two times. And then it rebounded quickly. Now, the other thing is, before we get into how to get involved and how to get more information, is the portability of diamonds. I mean, right now, the government has a war on cash. If I go to the bank and I try to take $10,000 out, my teller can call the police. Okay?
That's right.
That doesn't mean I've done anything. If I take $2,000 out, they can call the police. If I wanted to take out $30,000 of diamonds and travel anywhere, I could basically put them in my shirt pocket, and I'm good to go, right?
Yeah, absolutely, John. Now, first of all, I'd always say we always encourage everybody to follow the rules and laws out there. However, if you want privacy and portability, it's a perfect avenue because, like you said, if you want to put $1 million of diamonds in your shirt pocket, which you could do, John, and travel anywhere in the world with it, you absolutely could do it. But $1 million of gold, you couldn't. And you're right. If you tried to wire or cash a check at the bank, they call and report you of any money movements.
And it's your own money, which is annoying to people. Now, I want to talk about what you call investment-grade diamonds, because obviously if you're going to invest in diamonds, you want to be sure that what you're investing in makes sense, and you have a whole system behind it. What is it?
We do. So, John, you said it earlier. We all are familiar with diamonds. You could walk into your local jewelry store, and what we're talking about are not those diamonds. Good diamonds, I've bought some. Hey, I worked in a jewelry store. But what we're talking about is the top 1% of diamonds in terms of grading. So top 1% in cut, John, color, clarity, carat, what they call the 4 Cs. I had another one, which is certification. So not only are we buying just the top diamonds for our clients, but you want to make sure you know what you're getting. And there's one firm, John, there's a lot of grading companies, but there's only one that's considered the number one firm, and that's the Gemological Institute of America, GIA, worldwide nonprofit organization. So, one, we purchase only the top-end diamonds for our clients. Number two, we send them the GIA for certification, and I know you've seen them before, John. So not only do your diamonds come with paperwork, but every diamond has a serial number, and then we have it laser inscribed by GIA on the side of the diamond. Doesn't affect the value. It means you know what you're getting. And last but not least, we have it sealed in a tamper-resistant packaging. So you've got the paperwork for your diamonds. You know it's a top-grade diamond, and it's sealed in packaging so that you can sock it away in your lockbox or portability or give away to your grandkids.
Well, you know, and this is the whole thing. You get a whole certificate with it, but it's engraved in the back. You're completely protected, and you've also got a system where if I get it appraised and I'm unhappy with it, I can just send it back and get my money back, right?
We've got a guarantee, John. We've got a guarantee. So if you purchase a diamond, investment-grade diamond from us, and you take it to a GIA certified appraiser in your local town or somewhere near you, if that diamond doesn't appraise at what you paid or better, we will absolutely buy it back from you.
I mean, this is one of the best investments out there for portfolio diversification. I got one the other day. This is why I got involved in it. Now, when you think about this stuff, you think, oh, you know, I have to have a lot of money or I have to divert thousands of dollars. I mean, I diverted $500. I don't have a lot of money. We have a very little modest, nest egg, if you will. I'm in media, so, you know, that goes to show you that. But, it comes in a box. Everything is there. And, it's basically protection and diversification. And I got in for $500. So can you share with our audience, if they want more info, how do they get involved, and what's an average maybe diversification investment that someone could make?
So first of all, John, one, you can contact our team at 855-351-8910, and I'll give that number again in a minute, or go to our website, which is trustindiamonds.com. So, John, you can. One, if you wanted to buy a big portfolio, we have clients that have done that. But most of our clients, John, are just like you. In fact, John, one of the things when I got into this that got me excited was I always remembered my grandmother. My grandmother every year would buy my brother Billy and I coins from the U.S. Mint, spend a few $100s. And that's one of the things I wanted to be able to design here, was that parents and grandparents could spend a few $100s, several thousand if they want, and create a legacy and pass wealth on, one for their own, but pass it on to their children and grandchildren, just like my grandmother did to my brother Billy and I.
Okay, that phone number again.
That phone number again is 855-351-8910. And again, our website is trustindiamonds.com. And you could either call John or go to the website and ask for our free investor kit.
I tell you what, this is worth the time. It's something you want to check out. Don't have to make a decision today. Go to trustindiamonds.com, trustindiamonds.com, or you can call Daryl and a member of his team, 855-351-8910, 855-351-8910, just like I did. And I tell you what, when you check this out, you're going to fall off your chair, because this is one of the best investments you could possibly make, in my judgment, with very little risk and a very lot of upside, if you will. 855-351-8910. Go to trustindiamonds.com. I want to thank Daryl Bank for being with us, managing partner, Dominion Investment Group. You can hear Daryl's show right here, WHKT AM 1650, Saturdays 1 o'clock, WNTW AM 820, News Talk, Richmond, Saturday 1 p.m. Hey, Daryl, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
trustindiamonds.com.